Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is the second of the month, which means it's time for the SheetLoad creative team to share our version of this month's SheetLoad of Cards sketch. Now the SheetLoad of Cards is a sketch, cutting guide, and full supply list provided free to all of Call Me Crafty Al subscribers. Now I'll be sure to link to Call Me Crafty Al's channel in the description box below. On the first of each month, Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al channel shares the new SheetLoad of Cards sketch. On the second of the month, Alicia shares a full process video showing how to use the SheetLoad sketch, including any tips or tricks she may have. The creative team also shares our version of how we use the SheetLoad of Cards sketch on the second of the month. Now there will be a link to a playlist in the description box below so that you can follow along with all the creative team members for the December 2024 SheetLoad of Cards sketch. If you'd like to play along with this month's SheetLoad sketch, please be sure to use the hashtags on the sketch when sharing on social media. This way we can see what all our crafty friends have created. Now the sketch does share what supplies are needed, how many cards the sketch will yield, and this month it yields 8. The dimensions, in case you want to make one card instead of the full batch, and alternatives or other ways to use this sketch, such as rotating the sketch to a portrait card. Now there is a channel member bonus for this month, and channel members will have access to an SVG file to cut the partial circle on the sketch. Now page 2 is your cutting guide. So for this SheetLoad you need 2 sheets of 12 by 12 pattern paper, 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 of cardstock 1, and another sheet of 8.5 by 11 for cardstock 2. Now this shows you how to cut your pattern paper as well as your cardstocks. And of course you'll need 8 A2 card bases. Now this month I decided to play with some of the paper I had in my stash, and I used the Christmas Donuts paper pad from the Not Too Shabby shop as well as the coordinating ephemera. Now I know this month's SheetLoad calls for a 12 by 12 pattern paper, but you can make the 6 by 6 pattern paper work. And I did just that. So let me show you the cards that I made. Now I'm gonna have to bring them in real gently because I don't think they are done drying. And I used some glossy accents on my cards, on some of them anyway. So I wanted to make sure that at least it was close to being dry before I touched them. I have a bad habit of putting them down and then touching them before they're dry. So I set them far away from me to keep them out of my reach to make sure I didn't do that this time. So here are my 8 cards, and all I did was I used 1 sheet of 6 by 6 paper for each card. And I used the ephemera, and this pack had some nice sentiments in there, so I used those as well. So here's the first one. Sorry about that. And then I used some of the extra strips and the tinier pieces of ephemera for the inside of the card. So here's this one. It says Donut Christmas. And I used some sparkle pen on some parts of the ephemera. And you can see here, these two are the same pattern paper. So I used 2 sheets, but on one I used the B side for the main panel, and on the other I used the A side. So this is the same pattern paper, just use the main panel and the strips in the opposite fashion. And then here I did add glossy accents to the little baubles hanging on the donut deer and on his little nose. And then this one I added glossy accents and sparkle pen to the ornaments on the tree, and added some sparkle pen to the little donut's hat. Again, adding the extra strip on the inside. And then here are the same 2 pieces of pattern paper, but I used them a little bit differently. I used the A side and the B side, and I made these. So I'm really excited at how all of these turned out. I love the donut paper that Jamie has in her shop. She has several varieties of her donut papers. So I'll link to the papers and the ephemera that I used in the description box below in case you want to take a peek. So again, here's these two, same papers. Use the opposite side for the different panels and the stripes. And last but not least, our little donut Christmas with a paper covered with donuts. I think they're so cute. These will bring a smile to anyone's face. Don't you think? Alrighty, so there are my 8 cards using this month's SheetLoad of Cards sketch. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or followed me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye.